Hello and welcome to today's class. We're going to move through a Vinyasa flow today, so a little bit more energy, but you know a lot of these movements already. Your body will be starting to pre-empt your brain. Woo, woo, exciting. So let's all come to meet at the front of our mat. So if you will go to the front of your mat, but I will just stay like this just so you can see the wrapping and what actually happens through the thighs and the calves when you draw through that pelvic floor and send that tailbone down. But let's just lift those toes, spread your fingers, lower your toes one at a time. Just noticing your arches. You can close your eyes if you want to. And then wrapping through those thighs. So we are using our glutes and drawing them in and then bringing those thighs to kiss. It's almost as though you want your quads to move to the outside of your thighs. Let's wiggle those fingers. Yes, connecting your toes, draw your shoulders up to your ears. Shoulder blades come to kiss, interlace your fingers. Let's take a little bend through those knees, hands to the left, gaze to the right. And back to center, hands to the right, gaze to the left. And back to center. And then just releasing those hands, keep those knees bent. Bring your hands overhead, interlace those fingers and send your palms up. So really pressing into both the front of your shins, your knees, and then send your sit bones back. So coming into a little squat, and then bring those hands behind you, interlace those fingers. Bring your hands to heart center, coming over to the left. Pausing on this side, one breath. Coming back through center, pause in a forward fold. So straightening through those legs, allow your head to fall. And then bending through those knees again, bring those arms up. And over to the other side. One breath, breath to belly. And coming back down through center and just allowing yourself to roll on up. So bringing your navel to spine, pelvic floor, leading with the back of your spine. Hands hang heavy. When you reach halfway, just see if you can hinge. So imagining that your legs, the top of your thighs, where you meet at your navel is one half of your body, and then from the navel up is the other half. And you're really hinging down. So whether your hands come flat, whether you use any of your support, your blocks, your pillows, your cushions, let's pedal out with that right heel, lifting your right toes, and then just come to wrap to the right. Down and around. So we start to open through our shoulder blade here. And you can come all the way down and around. And coming back through center. Let's take a little half lift. So sliding your hands to your shins, take your gaze over the top of your mat. And then coming back the other way. So you're just drawing yourself over to that left side. You can lift those toes off on your left foot. Bring your right hand to your left calf. Draw yourself down and around. Open that right shoulder blade. Feel your belly. Every time you exhale, pelvic floor, navel to spine, coming back to center. Let's inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And just pause in this forward fold. So if you want to here, you can take hold of your elbows and let yourself hang heavy, or you can bring your hands under your feet so they can come under the soles of your feet, and then just bending those elbows, drawing yourself down. So a standing forward fold is actually the safest forward fold to do. It's safer than sitting because you are using the weight of your legs to prevent you from going too far forwards and straining your lower back. So let's release those hands, come into one last half lift. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's inhale and step that right foot back behind us. So we're going to keep that knee high. Yeah, bit of a change, coming straight into this high runner's lunge. Send that heel back and just see where you're at with that hip flexor. So it might be that you need to square yourself off a little bit, settling that pelvis so you're not twisting at all, making sure you're square here, taking your breath into your belly. And exhaling, drawing through that pelvic floor, that navel to spine, and pressing onto your thigh. So pausing as you come up to here, and then really sending that back heel back. Let's settle down, press into your front of your leg, that front of that hip flexor, and slightly arching your upper back. Good. Drop your shoulders. Bring your shoulder blades down your spine. Bring your chin slightly towards your chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And then come on down. Pressing your hands into the mat. Let's send that left foot back and take a down dog. So pedaling out this down dog. Dropping right heel. Look under right armpit. Left heel. Under left armpit. Coming back to center, bending your knees, send your belly to your thighs. Breathing in. So traditionally we do breathe through our nose in yoga, but sometimes you might feel like you just want to sigh it all out. And when you are ready, straightening through those legs, trying to keep your upper part of your body in exactly the same place. Lift all your toes off. Drop your heels, then lower all those toes. When you're ready, inhaling, coming up and over. Inhale, inhale, coming forwards. I'm pausing here in this plank. So again, because we have practiced this plank now quite a bit, you know where you're at. Send your heels back, wrap your thighs, draw your glutes together, pressing into your hands, evenly into your knuckles. You can keep your gaze down or you can take it slightly forwards. Breathing in. Let's lower those knees, chest, chin, and just arrive in the snaky snake. I'm just going to sort out my hair malfunction. Has not gone into the tightness it needed to be in, and then come back into my snaky snake. So toes, knees, chest, shoulders, chin. It's an awkward posture, but essential to opening and rippling through that spine. Fill your belly. Exhale, pelvic floor, navel to spine. Inhale. Exhale. And sliding on through. Inhale up. Gentle cobra. 1. And down. 2. And 3. And 4. And 1 more. 5. Pressing into the mat, tuck your toes, send your chin to your chest, coming all the way back, pausing for a moment in extended child's, and then rolling through your spine to come to your tabletop. So just pressing yourself up to this tabletop. We're going to take our toes of our left foot and just press them into the calf on our right. So give ourselves just a little massage through this calf. So you are likely to find some tender spots. And when you meet those spots, just taking your breath there and pausing and then pressing in and trying to both mentally and physically release, not holding on. And it's nice to do this before you take your next down dog, because quite often you can find that this gentle release of connective tissue where it gets blocked, sometimes between the calf muscle and the Achilles, you can release it with this pressure And then notice quite a difference. So coming back to tabletop, let's take a cat. As you exhale, tailbone down, chin to chest. And then inhale, rippling through. And one more. And again. Just come back to that tabletop and take the other side. So you can start at the top this time. See how that feels. Just pressing down the leg. Noticing if it feels any different from one side to the other. You know, is it much tighter on the right side? Do you have hip issues on the right side? Do you have feet issues on the right side that could be causing tweaks through these calves? Sometimes to the outside of the calf, and that can tighten and cause the hips to be, the whole pelvis to be unbalanced. So just taking your time. If you want more time here, please just pause me and enjoy it. And when you're ready, coming back to your tabletop and taking your hands forwards one length, dropping your hips over to the right, then sending them back. We're just going to take a lovely big circle. Bring the chin, that chest to the mat, over to the left, coming forwards to our up dog. What's up, dog? And then come back the other way. And whenever you're ready and you can find your way to down dog, however feels best for you. So if you want to take a few breaths in child's and just rest in child's and consolidate your energy, please do. So coming to meet eventually, however feels good for you to get there. Coming from your child's or from your tabletop, just making your way to your down dog. So pedaling it out. And just take a moment to notice, have you got more space in your calves? Have your calves made your heels a little bit lower? If you want to take that bend, you can. Otherwise, just pausing in stillness. And let's rise through that right leg. So moving our left foot to midline, lifting up with that right leg, pigeon toe that foot and pulse for 10, 9, also lengthens the calf, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling, filling your belly. And we're going to bring that knee to our nose. So not all the way through yet. And take it back up. This time opening through the whole side of your body when you draw it up. And this time you'll bring that right knee to the left elbow. Inhaling, opening all the way up. And then to the right elbow. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, open wide. Right knee, left elbow. Up and open to nose. Playing around, changing it up and open. Right knee, right elbow. Doing what feels good for you. 1 more round. If you need to rest in child's, again, please take it, knee to nose. Up and open. Right knee, left elbow. Up and open. And then right knee to right elbow. Up and open. This time you're going to bring it all the way through to your pigeon. And we're keeping that foot just low today, so wherever feels comfortable for you. Bring your hands to the outside of your knee. Draw your spine long. If you need to bring support under your glute, please do. And we're going to ripple 5 times into this. So shoulder blades come to kiss, forehead comes to the mat. Draw up with the back of the neck. And down. You know, this is lovely if you have the playlist playing to this. It's so nice to lose yourself in the music, in the rhythm. Or if you don't have music, just losing yourself to your rhythm of breath. Lowering down, inhaling up. And wherever you're at, just taking one more full round. And then lowering on down. So you might want to stretch your arms forwards or bring your hands into fists on top of each other. Release your shoulders. That's a great way to consciously draw your shoulders down. Yes, good. Taking your breath to your calf. Feel your belly against your calf. We're giving our calves a bit of love today. Taking your breath to the back of your glute. You can actually see in your mind's eye this connective tissue deep inside, this fascia just getting longer, lengthening, but you must surrender into it. So try to use your breath to allow you just to release. Release those sticky hips. And you may have some days where you feel you are making amazing progress, and then you'll have other days where you feel that you're a bit stuck, and you maybe feel you have even regressed. And that's okay, because it's a steady incline of opening and change with little dips along the way. One more breath. Let's just bring those hands to beside the shoulders, underneath the shoulders, chin tucks to chest, crown of the head's looking at the mat, tuck that toe, lift that knee, and send that right foot back. Let's pedal it out. So really bringing that rotation in through the body. And when you are ready, you can drop that left heel, inhale that right leg high, and bring it all the way through between your hands. So you'll now notice that your back foot is your left foot. So we have taken a full circle, and now we're going to do it all on the other side. So taking a breath to your feet, really connect those feet. Feel your belly against your thigh, draw through your pelvic floor, your navel to spine, and just press on up. So we're just pausing here, sending that heel away, really working on our foundation, our feet, our legs, dropping your shoulders. Don't worry if you wobble, wobbling's good. Every time you wobble with your feet, you create this space in that connective tissue. And it means that when you go to fall next time, if you're skiing or walking and you trip over something, you'll actually have the mobility in your muscles to cope, and you won't break a bone. So one more breath here. Send that heel away. And then just coming on down, pressing into that mat, right foot back, pedal it out. Good, arriving in stillness for 2 breaths. So we'll move through our Chaturanga Dandasana, and I'll show you the knees down version first and then the knees off version. So either way, we start by lifting through those sit bones and those heels, pressing into your toes, hurdling forwards to plank. As you inhale, lower your knees, keeping your hands where they are. We've been doing our yogic press-ups so that we can build to this exactly the same motion as the yogic press-up, but at the bottom you scoop on through. Yes, good. Untuck your toes and just allow yourself to lift. And then tucking those toes, sending yourself back into this down dog. If you want to try it with knees off, coming up and over to inhale forwards, lowering down so that everything is just hovering, and then pivot on those toes into your plant pot and lift up. So nothing touches the mat apart from your hands and your toes. And then rolling on those toes and come to your down dog. Sometimes if I want to put a bit more oomph into my practice, I'll throw 3 of those in here and there just to build that strength to support my spine, because I have damaged my spine in the past. It's so important that I keep this upper body strength. And pausing here to rest for 2 breaths. Drop that right heel, inhale that left leg nice and high behind you. Let's pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, fill your belly. Exhale, bring that knee to nose. Arch through your back. So it's like a cat-cow movement, opening through that whole right side, left side of your body. Let that leg come to open wide. Left knee, right elbow, come up and open. Left knee, left elbow. So that's round 1. We'll take 2 more, or rest in child's pose. Up and open, left knee, nose. Open, left knee, right elbow. Up and open, left knee, left elbow. And then you'll take 1 more round. Change up the direction if you fancy, or if you just want to move with me, you can. Left knee, right elbow. Left knee, left elbow. And then we'll all come through to pigeon. So bring that leg all the way through and just pause here. Settling on in, you can tuck your toe under at the back. Bring your hands off the mat if you want to. Draw your spine long. And then ripple on down. So you're coming all the way down, forehead kisses the mat. And then drawing up. And coming down. So finding your own rhythm here. Close your eyes. Go inside yourself. Just see the spine moving in the way that it should move. Through the day, we want it to move forwards, backwards, sideways, in rotations. But in our day-to-day life, it can be very two-dimensional with its movement. And you can get to the end of the day, and sometimes your thoracic part of your spine actually gets stuck and doesn't move at all. The other parts compensate. And it's why when you start yoga, often it can be quite painful through the shoulder blades and the central part as you unlock tissue that has been sitting like concrete for a long period of time. Wherever you're at, just taking 1 more full round. And when you're ready, you can come on down to rest, either with your hands on top of each other or stretching long. And the reason that I quite like to bring that ripple into the class is so that we can create the space before we sink deep into it. And you've already warmed that joint up, that opening has started to occur. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, and just checking in with your mind, your breath, your body. And trying to slow your breath. So extend your exhalation, one last breath, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just press into those hands. Crown of the head stays looking at the mat, chin stays on the chest. Just press your way back up, taking those hands wide, lift that toe, lift that knee, send that left leg back, and down dog, pedaling it out. So you should be creating space from your armpits into your rib cage, into your hip flexors. You can keep your hands wide, just noticing the difference in sensation. And breathing into that belly, exhaling pelvic floor, navel to spine. And let's drop through both heels. And then we're going to gently walk, imagining our best $6 million man. Do, 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 and walk super slowly, those feet back to center. Keeping your knees nice and bent, and then take them wide, toes off the mat, coming into your yogic squat. So if you have knee issues, this may be a time to bring your block or something underneath you, just to take that pressure off your knee. You know, sometimes you can take 2. Good. And the great thing with yoga is that, you know, as opposed to when we're doing physio and you're specifically targeting that area, by opening those calves, those quads, your hip flexor, creating space in your sacrum, we are helping your knees feel like they have space to actually move in the way they're meant to move. So taking a little rock from side to side, draw your spine long. If you want to take your drusti to your heart with your thumbs at your heart, or just stay with your eyes open, whatever works for you. And then let's just allow those hands to come down behind you, taking your feet to the mat, palms facing backwards. Drop your right knee to your left heel, gaze to the right. Back to center, other way. And just getting down onto your back as you move through that movement again. Arms come overhead. As you drop your knees to the left, take hold of your wrist and open through the right. And back through center, take hold of your left wrist and coming the other way. And then just coming back through center, let's bring those knees into our chest. Give them a hug, take a little rock from side to side. And you can send your left leg long, hug that right knee into your chest, and move the head of that femur. So you're just rocking that foot, rotate that ankle, and draw that knee across the body. So really wringing out the really sticky stuff that's probably lurking in the folds of your intestines. Clamshell that arm open. It just needs a bit of a squeeze to get out. So this is when the chia pudding can be great to bring in every day. When we've soaked it and it has that glutinous outside that attaches to all the nasties in the folds of your bowel, and it can just wash them out, flush them out. Taking your gaze to the right. And breathing to your belly. And then just allowing your gaze to come back to center. And allowing that right hand to come up and help that right leg back to center. The sole of the foot is looking at the sky. If you need to just help your hips back to square off, wrap your arms around your hamstring. And then just let yourself come all the way down. So we are using the weight of our body. Try and let your shoulder blades come to kiss the mat. Relax your jaw. Don't squash the back of your vertebrae. Just moving a little bit from side to side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. Relax your jaw. And then hugging that knee into your chest. One last time, allow it to come all the way down to the mat. Take your palms to face up. Just check in with the right side of your body. You may notice openings in places like your shoulder blades or your elbows. And just seeing how you can visualize different parts of your body. Really helpful in injury, healing injuries, to be able to visualize that part of your body. Without disturbing yourself too much, bring that left knee into your chest, give it a hug, and just moving it from side to side. So you're really taking your mind's eye to the head of that femur. And then that right hand comes onto your shin. And you just bring that left leg all the way across the body and clamshell that left arm open. And practicing that breath. You may have noticed that you are starting to bring, oh, hello Snoop. Snoop dog. Coming to do some down dog. You devilish beast. So just noticing if you have brought some of the techniques that you are learning in yoga to quieten your body and your mind. Are you bringing them into your day-to-day life? Are you able to practice this challenging breath in challenging environments? And does it help calm you? And just releasing your toes, your hands. And bringing that gaze back to center. Just bring that left arm up and over. Allow that left leg to come to center. Hug that left knee into your chest and just rocking it from side to side. Rotating your ankle and then sending the sole of that foot to look at the ceiling. Bring your arm onto your hamstrings. Hug that arms into your hamstring. The forearm storing into the space at the back of your knee, creating that space. The toe comes over the head. Relaxing your face, Just imagine it's all falling backwards. Breathing deep into your belly. If you want to bring both legs up and wrap both legs in this way, you can. So we're hugging them in, holding your elbows and just rocking on from side to side. And then allowing yourself to gently peel down to recline butterfly, just momentarily, palms facing up, before the most important part of the whole practice, our Shavasana. So you might want to try something different today. If you want to bring something under your knees, your rolled blanket, or you can take your feet wide, your arms wide, starfish yourself out. Just seeing how things feel different, or you may just come back to your tried and tested Shavasana. Let's allow those feet to fall to the side, our heels connect with the floor, our calves, the backs of the hamstrings, sit bones into your shoulder blades. Let your jaw release, your throat release into your clavicles, your shoulder girdle, biceps, triceps, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms of hands, fingers naturally curl over your palms. Let your tongue fall heavy, your cheeks, eyes, forehead, whole head, whole body, relax. You have 5 minutes here and then I will bring you back. Just allowing your awareness to return to your body. You can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You can stretch your arms up and over your head and stretch your toes. And then bring your hands over your knees up into your chest. Give your legs a hug. And then just rolling onto your right side and pausing here for a moment. Just check in with any changes you may notice in your body and your mind. Let's extend that top leg and press into our left arm and slowly press ourselves up. Keep your gaze low or your eyes closed. You can come to sit. And then bringing your hands to heart center in prayer. We will take 3 breaths to close the practice. Inhale. Inhale.